Good afternoon, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber, I get a new subscriber and they also read a page from a book of my choice. In today's video, I am going to be reviewing the final volume in the Deadman Wonderland series, Volume 13, by Jinsei Kataoka and Kazuma Kondo. As we all know at this point, I've made another 12 videos on the series. I'll put them all in a playlist once I'm finished recording. So this one has about 200 pages. It is slightly longer than the rest, and I rated it 2 out of 5 stars for the reason that I don't feel as though the conclusion really lived up to my expectations. There were several chapters filled with suspense and a lot of hype, and then it was a bit of a letdown considering how much more I thought would happen. And if you wish to continue watching the video, be warned that there will be several spoilers. So, it is pretty fascinating once you realize that Ganta was meant to be the guinea pig all along, but Shiro suffered instead since Ganta's mom didn't want her child to be experimented upon. I still don't quite understand where Ganta's mom, I believe her name is Sora Igarashi, I don't really know where she got Shiro from, but um, it's quite a shame to see because if things went according to plan, according to the way the main antagonist of the entire story, Rinichiro Hagire, had in mind, all of this wouldn't have happened. That being said, I still don't quite understand what the whole point of the series was, since creating Shiro only led to destruction, pain, and misery, and the branches of sin didn't serve any particular purpose. They weren't there to help people in a war or to heal people or to make the world a better place. Um, it was just for entertainment. I suppose to make money in order to build the city after the massive earthquake. But yeah, then again, that could have been completed in the first 5 volumes or so. And I just suppose that Rinichiro Hagire is a horrible person with a superiority complex. He just feels as though he is better than everybody else because he can carry out horrible experiments on people. And yeah, I mean, Shiro is scarred all over, and I feel completely bad for her. She is definitely an innocent character who didn't deserve to go through what she did. So I suppose that there is a bit of a moral to the series, and it's always to get back up despite how badly you're beaten down, and to never give up hope because there's always more you could accomplish than you could have priorly imagined, which in a way is extremely motivational, very sentimental and sweet, but all of this kind of loses its value if I have to try my hardest to figure out the plot. And one more thing I think could be considered as cool would be that when the reader understands that none of this would have happened had Ganta's mom followed Hagere's original bidding, um, the reader finally realizes that this could have been a way shorter series. Things could have wrapped up way more quickly. Shiro and Ganta would have continued to be friends, to love each other. Of course, assuming that Ganta would have survived this, but I'm pretty sure that he would have, especially since Shiro did, right? And yeah, to continue sustaining my point of Shiro being the victim, she definitely is, right? And even after having read, especially after having read all of the volumes, all of the series, I can't really blame her for anything, and all her actions seem to be backed up by a very, very reasonable argument. And were I in her shoes, I would have probably done the same. So, to speak about this volume in particular, rather than about the series in general, now that I'm done with it, it indicates how the only person who could have stopped Wretched Egg was Ganta due to what he had implanted in his chest after killing all his classmates under the Red Man's influence. So, as I explained in previous videos, Shiro has multiple personalities. She can be both a hero, a villain, um, and she can't really help herself, right? She just wants revenge, but it's not her problem, not her fault in either case, because she's been experimented upon so much, her brain has been messed around with, as has Ganta's. They've sustained a lot of trauma, right? And I mean, Ganta was the only one who could have stopped her due to his branch of sin. Let me know if I am explaining something incorrectly here. I feel as though the manga didn't explain everything as well as the anime probably did. Not that I plan on watching the anime now that I'm done with the manga series, but it's pretty interesting to see that all along Ganta is basically the most powerful Deadman, I suppose. Although Ganta's closest friend in Deadman Wonderland, um, he's pretty cool as well. So, yeah, he basically learned how to perform Naruto's Rasengan, but with blood instead of energy. And one more thing to add, which also kind of decreased my appreciation of this series, is how open ended it is. And it left me wondering whether or not Ganta and Shiro will ever be happy or friends again after all that happened. And online, I found out that their powers were removed. They no longer have branches of sin. Maybe they cancelled each other's out. But there's nothing particularly confirmed, and I'm just as confused as anybody else. And I don't really care to join the dots myself or to come up with a conclusion myself. I'm not that invested into the series. So, put in Ganta's mom's shoes, I would have probably killed myself too. I mean, what she did was absolutely horrible. Even though with a person like Rinichiro, sometimes you don't have much of a choice. You are put under a lot of pressure, but yeah, she's definitely a horrible person. And my final verdict is that it's a great idea for a series overall, but should have been way shorter. I feel as though the author and the illustrator would have um, created something an audience would have enjoyed much more um, if they had written fewer chapters and explain their idea better, maybe um, develop their characters better, and had more of a plot in mind, right? Because the first couple of volumes proved that they can focus on a plot, but from the fourth volume onwards, it feels as though most of it was missing. So that is my criticism on the entire Deadman Wonderland series and the final volume in particular. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, check out the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. And I'll see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye, guys.